So I've heard about this product or solution, this offering you have called CAMO, I guess camouflage. What is that all about?
So you can't be in this industry without having a cool acronym. So CAMO stands for CMMC Adaptive and Managed Operations. We designed this as a result of once we became a C3PO. As a small hub-zone woman-owned business, the CEO of the company came to me and she said, "Wow, that actually sucked." And I said, "Well, what did you think that this was going to consist of?"
You mean going through the process?
To become a C3PO and
Because you have
get the formal assessment
sure.
from Dipcac, and she challenged me to come up with a way of, can we come up with a solution based on the lessons learned from us to become a C3PO that will be able to scale and to help the small and medium-sized businesses? Because in her opinion, which I agreed with, is that the majority of these organizations, one, they don't have the understanding of what it takes to become certified. And two, even if they did have the understanding, they certainly don't have the individuals with enough bandwidth to do that as their full-time job, in addition to trying to be billable on government contracts. So what we did is we came up with what we anticipated was a fair and reasonable capability. How much of the burden can we actually accept?
When you say burden, what do you mean burden?
Yeah, so great question. So you have roughly 320 different things that a company has to show an assessor.
Wow.
And when we came up with the idea, like many companies, everybody loves to think that they got the prettiest baby on the block. So we put it up for peer review. We had peer review from individuals that were well-recognized legal experts in CMMC, business owners of manufacturing shops that were well-versed in CMMC. And what we ultimately received back in terms of the feedback prior was, well, we're not necessarily sure that you can take responsibility for that, but maybe you could do a little bit more here. So we kind of tweaked it based on the peer review, and 320 things, we can very successfully address 255 of the 320 line items.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a significant amount. So really all that our clients had to focus on for the cornerstone is awareness and training, personnel security, and physical protection. And if you're in the government contracting arena, you probably already have a good handle on that anyway, because you probably have a clearance process, something along those lines. It's a service that we feel is high value because the level of customer intimacy that we have. To the best of my knowledge, it is the only service offering that acts as a combination between an MSP and an MSSP, and while some other organizations make those claims, regardless of where the client site is in the United States, we go to the client site quarterly. So we had that in-person session. We had that intimacy with the client, that stickiness with them. And we use that time to effectively ensure that if they have any open items, why are those items still remaining open? This is a cost consideration. This is an internal political consideration. Is it we thought you were doing it, we are assuming you're doing it kind of thing. But we really leverage that as the opportunity to ensure that that continuous forward progress, moving the needle towards the green, occurs month over month. Because what will happen is you will have two designated individuals for any CAMO client. One on the IT side of the house that helps you get your environment properly configured. They will also act as your tier 1 support. And then you'll also have a dedicated security practitioner. So I'm going to pick on a company that I know isn't in this realm. SecureWorks. So if you were to say, who's managing your network? Well, SecureWorks. Well, that's the company. Who there? Well, I don't know. I mean, you have a team. Okay. Every CAMO client knows exactly who their IT person is, and they know exactly who their security person is, because month over month, each client is getting over 20 hours of dedicated support, not only looking at the technical considerations, but is their SSP up to date? Have they tested their incident response plan? Do their policies and processes still align with what they're saying is in their system security plan? So really making sure that the totality of everything that an assessor is going to want to look for, that we have them properly positioned to be successful.
If a client is using Camo, in essence, the resources that you have supporting them just becomes an extension of their team. But it sounds like at a fraction of the cost because they're only using them for a portion of time and not having to build up that skill set or take the time to learn how to do what you guys already learned how to do.
So we have clients that range from 5 people in size to spin-offs of publicly traded companies. And one of the things that I can share with the viewers is we actually have a video interview of one of our very first CAMO clients and about a 5-person company. And while his words may not be the most finesseful, they may not be the most polished, when I hear the genuineness and the sincerity in his voice saying that Soundway is a natural extension of our team, we don't look at it as a differentiation. They are part of us.
Wow.
I thought that really spoke volumes to the quality of what we're providing to our clients.